It's the night after Christmas. I got everything on that list I was stressed about done, including sewing a project that I started at 7 a.m. Christmas morning when it needed to be done, wrapped, and in the car before we left the house at 11 a.m. to go to our family Christmas gathering. So I'm just heaving a huge sigh of relief. I've got a lot of cleaning up to do, and then I'm going to sit and sew or knit or something. Hey, Flosstube, I'm Michelle. This is my romantic tangle, and I have stuff to show you. I have finishes to show you. This is Let's Go Fishing. I thought I was going to be fighting to get this done by the end of the year, but I had it done, I think the night I filmed that last Flosstube update. It went together fast. I adore it. I'm not going to spend the money for a frame for it, but I love it. I could thumbtack it to the wall. There are a few things about the chart I don't love. I've got things to say about that, and I've said them in previous Flosstube updates. I'm going to do a review video for this kit because I've talked about it so much and because I have some cautions I want to give you. These ribbon flowers, I fought with those like you would not believe. I wanted to push myself. I wanted to try a new technique. I thought I was going to tear the fabric trying to get the needle and ribbon through it. I will never do this again. Not for this sort of project. It is not worth it. And there are supposed to be little yellow French knot centers to those flowers. I will probably do them at some point, but not now. It is close enough. I'm calling it done. And I finished Snowman Crock by Pinker and Pumpkin Quilting. Look at it. Isn't that cute? This is the cutest, quickest, little, happiest Christmas stitch I have done in forever, and I adore it. And I want to stitch some of the other crocks now. It was so much fun, and it was very happy stitching. Candy Cane Cottage is also very happy stitching. I'm not hurrying on this one. It'll get done when it gets done. I'm really at the point where I need to take a deep breath and stop fighting deadlines because I am close enough for the most part to most of what I wanted to get done by the end of the year. Down memory lane, I pulled it out. I intended to sit and start that back stitching. The directions are frustrating to say the least. This is a cross stitch kit from like 1991 or 1980 something. The directions are a struggle for me, and I think I'm just going to look at the photograph and fake it, and as of right this second, I don't care. Finish the pair of socks. That means I have finished all of the socks from my second sock syndrome video that I did earlier this year. I really am happy about that, I guess. I did find another pair of unfinished socks that I was stitching from leftovers, and I can't remember exactly what the plan was, and the gauge is a little wonky, so I'm just going to let those go. That doesn't mean I'm ready to take them off the needles quite yet, because I don't need those needles quite yet, but I am no longer counting them as a project I was working on. And next on the list of things I want to play with, because it is winter and it is cold, and I have not worked on it since I couldn't tell you when. Would help if I showed you the front of the project, wouldn't it? I'm pulling all this column back out. This is an old Dimensions Gold Collection kit. I got mine at a thrift store. All of the packaging still sealed, except without that outside black envelope in the front cup. The front picture. So there's more lake and more snow and more trees and a cabin over there on the other side of it. I was having so much fun with this, and then I think I got burned out on snow. Snow, I don't know how I feel about stitching snow. I say I don't like it, and then I keep doing it on purpose, so that's a thing, I guess. My floss is organized in baggies with index cards, which is what I do, but I am thinking maybe I need to transfer it over to some of these Hobby Lobby cards and see if maybe that speeds up my progress a bit. It'll be interesting because the plan was to put Southwest Mesa on these cards. I labeled the cards. And then the next thing I know, I was back to stitching with bobbins and making fast progress. And I'm just going to do whatever it turns out that I do because these are not important decisions in the scheme of things. I got kits for Christmas. If you know me, you know I love cross stitch kits and I want to stitch all of these right away. Not practical. We also all know that I'm collecting them, but I am so glad I got to add these to the mix. This is Riola's Cozy Autumn. This is Riola's Moonlight Magic. The colors are amazing, and yep, that's on Black Ada. Northern Night is a Dimensions Gold collection. Look at the colors and the tent and the fire and the canoe. This is Peaceful Silhouette, and I'm a little confused by this one because if you look at the picture, it looks like it is full coverage. But looking at the back at the floss organizer, that is not a whole lot of yarn. This is floss, not yarn. We're cross stitching, not knitting. Even if a lot of that is single strand half crosses, I'm curious how this is going to work out. And I think we might need to do an unboxing of this sooner rather than later so I can take a look at the chart and see what's going on in there. Snowman and Reindeer is a Dimensions Gold Collection Petite. I think it is absolutely adorable. And Moonlit Cabin might be my favorite of the whole batch. I love the reflections of the water and the cabin and the sky and the trees, and I know I hate stitching snow. I know I complain about stitching snow. But dang it, I want to start this one right away. I've got kits to last me through this life and maybe the next. I hope if you celebrate Christmas you had a great one. If not, I hope you had a great week. It has been an adventure and a half, and I just really need to get some sleep. I was going to sleep last night, but the power went out at 1 a.m. And that was okay. I managed to get back to sleep, but then the internet provider texted me 3 times between 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. to tell me my internet was out. If it is between 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. and I'm not calling you to complain, I don't care that my internet is out. Hopefully it works so I can upload this.